Hey guys, I got another pretty interesting lock to share. This time it's a Euro cylinder and it's got a pretty interesting keyway here. Kind of looks like a backwards 5 or a backwards S. And you could see some of the pins right here. Let me show you the key first. You could see this key has the same profile there. And it's got some bitting here in the middle and it's got some bitting here on the side. If I could show you a close-up of that, and it operates just like this. It works very well, actually. It's very smooth. There, so perfect working order. Now, this lock has some pretty interesting features. So, as we know, it's got some pins in the middle here. Looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins here at the top that we got to deal with. But if you look at the key, we do also have this side bitting. So I was doing some searching and you could see there's some pins here for that side bitting to interact with. You see that? Let me try to zoom in for you there. And at first glance, I was like, wait a minute, how does that make sense? There's no Bible for these pins to go into. It's just, where are these pins going if you're pushing them? Because it's just kind of like the lock body here. There's no, place to have all the springs and driver pins and all that. So what I did was I zoomed in, actually looked real close, and you can see there's a little chamber there. If I push this down, there's a little chamber drilled out for those pins to be pushed into. And you can see that that's not anywhere else on this lock body, just right there for those pins. So yeah, those are going to be something we have to deal with too if we're going to successfully pick this lock. And I'm going to try to do that for you in the next section. And so yeah, let me get my tools, get this set up, and I'll try to pick this lock for you. All right, guys, so when I first started to try to pick this lock, I just used a normal tension wrench like this, and I did the logical thing, and that was put the tension wrench in this side of the lock here, like this, because I didn't want to interfere with the pins here, with the pins on this side, and I didn't want to interfere with the pins in the middle. So I'm like, okay, it's only logical to put the tension wrench here. Let me zoom out a little bit. And so because this is just a general type of like dimple or pin tumbler lock, it's not gonna have like security pins or anything like this. I just decided to take a rake. This is my favorite rake, and just give it a go. See what I can do just by raking. Let me make sure that's focused for you. So there's the middle pins there, and then the side diagonal pins there, and then I'll go back to the middle pins here, and then I'll go back. And then what happened was I couldn't do anything. I couldn't pick this damn lock, and I was like, what's going on with this? And then I started to think a little bit more clearly about these pins here, because I was starting to think like, what are the function of those pins anyway? If we take a closer look, I'm like, okay, so I know that there's a little hole drilled for them to like go up in there, but like, what's going on there? Does the bitting of that key really matter for these pins? I mean, is this machined in a way in which they have to fall within the specific depths of the key, or am I just pushing them up out of the way? Because remember, there's not a lot of space here for this to operate like this side. So I finally said, you know what? I think those just need to be pushed out of the way. And what I did was I looked at my tension wrench and I looked at the key, and it looks like the bar of this tension wrench is just about as long as the bitting of that side section there. And so what I did was I decided to just use that to my advantage and push all those pins. So I'll stick this in here and I'll push all those pins all the way in with the bar of that tension wrench. And I do believe I am hitting all of them. And I'm just going to now work on the middle pins here while pushing those in. So, and we'll see what happens. See if we can get this thing picked. Let me get a good angle here. Hopefully this will not take as long as my previous attempt, and you could see something has happened there. What I did was I just raked these middle pins, and I've actually picked them and cleared that shear line. What happened here is now I'm caught on these pins here, and what I need to do is, because I'm caught over here, I'm just going to hold these down and give it a wiggle and see if I cannot just get those past the place they need to be, and then there you go. Now I have picked the core of the lock. Done. So my assumption was right. That side bitting doesn't really matter. You just need to get those pins out of the way. Now that the core is picked, I haven't actually opened the door, if this was on a door, because I haven't activated the cam here. To activate the cam, you're going to have to do an additional step that you have to do with some Euro cylinders. So let me see. For this, I just use a broken pick. And at the back of this lock core, there's a spring-loaded little mechanism here. And what you have to do is you have to push down on the spring-loaded mechanism and try to catch the cam. Try to catch the cam and make it turn out of the way. So it's a little bit tricky to do this on camera. Let me just try to do it here. I'm going to hold the lock like this, and I have actually locked the lock back up. Let me just pick it again really fast. Sorry, guys. I was careless there. I didn't realize what I was doing. So there you go. Okay, so I've picked the lock again. And so here you are. I'm going to now push this inside all the way to the back of the core. And now I'm going to just turn it back and forth and see if I can't catch. There you go. One sec. Now you can notice the cam is moved, and I'm now moving the cam with the broken pick. See that there? Just like that. So now I have opened the door. So now you could say the lock is truly picked. If you turn it too far, like I just did there, the driver pins here are going to fall into the holes for those side pins that I picked. It's not really a big deal. I mean, because the door is open anyway, but if you want to get this back to proper position, all you need is a little bit of tension here. Take a rake and push those pins out. Push the driver pins out of that chamber. There you are, and boom. Done. Oh, whatever. You get the idea. I could just turn the cam back with that thumb turn. But there it is, the backwards 5 or backwards S Keyway lock. I don't know who makes this lock. All I have is this logo here, which is just, I think that's a K and a C. So maybe this is a KC brand lock. I don't know what that stands for, though. So that logo is all I have to go off of. Anyway, I hope that was a cool lock for you guys. And hopefully I'll have another cool lock to show pretty soon. I'm running into some really tough locks now, so I got to brush up on some skills before I could get those picked. But hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.